Let me introduce to you Ms. Grace Blake, an independent movie producer, to hand out some special awards on behalf of the Sunshine Awards program. Thank you.
And this very, very special award goes to Mr. Jeffrey Holder. I'd like to bring him out before I read this to you. Jeffrey? Congratulations. This Calypso and Steel Band Music Sunshine Awards Hall of Fame selection, Calypso and Steel Band Music Awards, Inc., is proud to select Jeffrey Holder as a member of the Calypso and Steel Band Music Hall of Fame in recognition of your vast contributions and dedication to the field of Calypso and Steel Band music. This milestone in your long and distinguished career is being observed as a part of the annual Calypso and Steel Band Music Awards program. Your selection was made by a panel of judges using a rigid set of criteria. Tonight we celebrate your induction into the Hall as a distinguished member of a very select group of Calypsonians and/or panists. We wish to convey to you the deep appreciation of the peoples of the Caribbean for your lifelong commitment to this art form. We congratulate you on being selected one of the recipients of this most high honor. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Way back in 1952 when I was young and lovely. When I was young and lovely, and I was lovely. I had a dance company that was the first dance company to ever leave Trinidad and travel this part of the world on tour. It was the first Caribbean festival, and it was in St. Thomas. It was in Puerto Rico. We were so successful, we opened the festival and the Haitians closed it. It was a big banging success. So much so that we were invited back to perform at all of the Hilton hotels, the whole chain, with a smaller company. My name is Jeffrey Holder. My brother is Bosco Holder. And I learned everything from my brother, Bosco. But I learned one thing: you just don't do one thing, you have to do everything. You have to paint, you have to sing, you have to dance, you have to act, you have to design costumes, name it, you have to do it. I know my dancers were only dancers. So in leaving home, I said, fellas, I chose 6 guys and 1 girl because it's easier to travel with men than with women. It's like a football team. I chose the perfect woman. Her name was Scoogie Reyes. She was superb, and all of the other guys were fine. But what happened, I told those guys, fellas, instead of driving a taxi in between jobs, why don't you learn to play the steel band? So they went in Belmont and they learned to play the pan. When we were in Puerto Rico, we were playing the pan, and singing. We did a recording, it was called Jeffrey Holder Steel Band, Riverside Records. Then we also did a recording, I'm singing with the group, Jeffrey Holder and his Trinidad Hummingbirds. What else? Land of the Hummingbird. It was quite successful. This is before Belafonte was born. This is all before the Calypso craze in America. When we came here, we were invited here by Agnes DeMille, who did Oklahoma, because she loved the band, she loved the dance. She said, oh, lovely. And a producer saw me with my company and freaked out. He said, you're going to be in my next show. The show is called House of Flowers, written by Truman Capote, music by Harold Arlen. The name does not ring a bell, but you know his music. He wrote Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Stormy Weather, all those great songs. He was the composer of House of Flowers. I got the role as the lead dancer in the show. George Balanchine was choreographer. I did my own choreography when I got on the stage. Thank you. I was to play the Duke of Darkness, which is Baron Samedi. It was supposed to take place in Haiti. I was the god of life and death. The same character I played in Live and Let Die. Ooh, it was hot. The boys in the company were angry. Oh, Jeffrey, you got the part. What's going to happen to us? I said, fellas, let me get my foot in, and then I'll get you in. I arranged for an audition for my dancers, who were musicians at that point, for Harold Arlen and Truman Capote, and they freaked out because they had not heard the steel band before. They signed the boys up who were able to sing in the show, dance in the show, and play the instrument, and Harold Arlen wrote a wonderful song for them called The Banana Cage, and it was recorded in the show. What happened, they had to join the union. There were no steel bands in New York, really playing professionally. So they were not taking jobs away from other musicians. So they had to find a category for them in the union. So they were really listed as garbage cans, recycled garbage cans. Because I had to say, look, they're not taking away anything from the other musicians. These were garbage cans that we molded and we mounted and we beat them, we get all the other tunes. That's how the steel band joined the union in America. Those three boys, their names were Rod Clavery, Michael Alexander, Leonard Ryers, Alfonso Marshall, and Clive Banfield. They were all guys who gave up their government jobs to go to America to beat pan with Jeffrey Holder. So this really belonged to those guys. But I'll say, for all of them, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeffrey, and you're still lovely. You're still beautiful.